Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Christine and this is Everyday Yoga. This is our final, at least in this series, chakra video. Coming to the mat today to balance the crown chakra or the Sahasrara chakra. This chakra is usually connected to the color purple or white or maybe even gold. So if you want to wear those colors, imagine those colors surrounding you. Like I said in the last video, I always default to purple when given the choice. Prince. This chakra is all about our spirituality, or if you're connecting this to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, our self-actualization. This is where we can find our divine purpose, our reason for being here, our values, our morality, our peace. This is the chakra of unity, which yoga means yoke, which is all about union. So this is a really important chakra for increasing your connection to the divine, to the greater world, to the universe, whatever resonates with you. Like I said in a previous video, if I believe there are a lot of different types of religion because there are so many different people in this world and different things are going to resonate with different people. But finding that connection to something greater than us is really important for our own inner peace, our own inner wisdom, and our sense of connection to the rest of the world and all of humanity and everything is connected. I'm going to link below a really cool TED Talk by a man named Tom Chi. He is an astrophysical researcher, and he talks about not just this kind of ethereal idea about we are all connected, I am connected to the divine, but scientifically talks about how we are all connected through the heart, through the breath, and through the mind. So with that thought in mind, today's affirmation is simply, I am connected to, and then you fill in the blank, what resonates with you. I am connected to God. I am connected to the universe, to the divine, to Mother Earth, to humanity, to everything. What does that mean to you? What do you want to increase your connection to? So as we move through our practice today, remind yourself of that affirmation, and then please do click on the link below to Tom Chi's TED Talk. If you don't think that you're connected, this TED Talk will show you in a very real, grounded, earthly way how we are all connected. I'll meet you on the mat. Now that you are on your mat, let's come to a standing position, and we will start in Tadasana, mountain pose. I love the Sanskrit name Tadasana because you can say, ta-da, here I am. I am here, my feet are connected to the mat. If I move forward and backward and maybe side to side a little bit, I can find that place where I am fully centered, pressing evenly through the toes, through the heels, through the sides of the feet, finding that connection. Gentle bend in the knees, nice neutral pelvis so we're not too far forward or too far back, but again, finding that nice centered, balanced place here. Drawing the crown of the head up towards the sky, opening up the arms, letting those shoulder blades come down towards the back pockets as you lift the heart. And notice the breath. Notice the breath as it enters and leaves your nostrils, maybe with the eyes closed if that's comfortable. If not, just keep them open. Maybe noticing how the chest rises and falls with each breath. Maybe noticing how the belly expands and contracts. Bringing your awareness to the fullness of your breath. We are all connected through the breath. We all need the oxygen of all the living organisms, the fauna around us. And we all give back that same need. We all fulfill that same need for the plants around us, giving off the carbon dioxide that we exhale. So if nothing else, we are all connected with everything around us through the breath. We can live for a month without food, days without water, but only minutes without the breath. And we all share that commonality. And let's go ahead and inhale the arms up towards the sky, bringing the palms together. And I'll just step back here. Hopefully you can see I'm just bringing the palms together. You can maybe interlace the fingers, but keep the thumbs and the index fingers extended as you reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Inhaling center here. And then let's exhale over towards the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale towards the right. Inhale center. Exhale left. Inhale center. Exhaling right. Inhale back to center. As we exhale left, let's just stay here and breathe. If this doesn't feel good in the shoulders, you can just bring the arms down. Or you might want to bring the left palm to the outside of the left thigh and really expand through the right side body, really pressing into that right foot to keep both feet anchored firmly on the earth. The next time you inhale, we'll come back to center, bring the palms together again, and we'll exhale to the right, staying here. Breathing into the side of the ribs over here on the left. Maybe even thinking about that left lung expanding every time you inhale. And again, you can release the hands or maybe drop the right palm down to the right thigh and deepen the stretch on the left side. Pressing firmly to the earth with both feet. Inhale back up to center and exhale to release the arms down. And let's roll the shoulders a little bit, coming forward a few times and then backwards, staying in your mountain pose. I'm just moving back and forth. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing with my arms there. And then let's come back to center, reestablishing that awareness of the breath, reestablishing that connection to the ground with the feet, bringing your awareness to the crown of the head, where you would be wearing a crown if you were a crown-wearing person. And then let's go ahead and practice a little balancing here. So that connection to the breath, the biggest giver of oxygen on our planet are the trees. And we can practice tree pose here. Let's bring the feet as close as is comfortably together, maybe even bringing the big toes together to touch, keeping the arms open so that the palms are shining forward. And we'll just peel the left heel from the earth, bringing most of the weight over into the left leg. you could stay right here for your tree pose. Find a stationary focal point that you can look at ahead of you to help keep your balance. So don't be looking directly at me because I will probably wibble wobble a little bit. If we want to go further into the pose, just open the left leg out to the side and bring the heel to the inside of the calf, right above the ankle here. This might be your tree pose today. Deeper still, you could bring the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right calf. Now everything is on that right leg. So really press into the ball of the foot, under the toes, into the heel, into both sides of the foot, drawing the crown up to the sky, and think about really hugging into the core to strengthen this pose. You could also bring the inside of the foot to the thigh. I don't know if this is going to work. I think I have too slippery a pants on. But pressing the sole of the left foot to the right thigh, even as you press the right thigh to the sole of the foot. You can take any arm position that feels good to you, bring the palms to the heart, or maybe covering the heart, or maybe today your tree is a cactus, or maybe your branches are fluttering in the wind, or open to the sun, lifting the crown of your tree up towards the sky. And when you're ready to release, bring the hands back to heart center, turn the knee towards the front if it's not already, and gently bring the left foot down to the floor. Release everything, shake it out. Maybe rotate a little bit through that right ankle in each direction. And then we'll come back to our Tadasana, mountain pose. Reestablishing that nice long spine, the crown lifted to the sky. Reestablishing the connection of your feet to the earth and reaffirming your affirmation for today. I am connected to, you fill in the blank. And then we'll bring the feet as close together as feels good and peel that right heel up from the earth. Let's go ahead and stay here for a moment before maybe finding a more open tree, maybe a higher tree, maybe a taller tree, maybe bringing the sole of the right foot to the inside of, I don't know if I'm gonna do it on this side, and that's okay. Every side is different. Yeah, we'll keep it low over here. And then the hands can be out to the sides, or at heart center, or your cactus, or you're just lifted up to the sky, perhaps swaying in the breeze just a little bit. Or you could bring the palms together overhead, really lengthening your tree. And then we'll release everything down, shake it out. Maybe find a little rotation in that left ankle. We'll come back to our Tadasana. Inhale the arms up to the sky, and we'll exhale to swan dive down into our forward fold. And I'm just going to turn towards the side here. I hope you can see me okay. But I'm just kind of bending the knees really generously. You can bring your hands to the mat, or the tops of the feet, or the backs of the legs. Or maybe you want to cradle your elbows and your palms and frame the face. And inhale here, deeply expanding the back, drawing the crown of the head now towards the earth. And exhaling to see if you can just soften and relax here. Surrendering the weight of the head to gravity. Maybe bending the knees even more generously here, bringing the belly to the tops of the thighs,
Or maybe straightening the legs a little more to deepen the stretch in the hamstrings and the backs of the calves. Just be mindful not to hyperextend or lock those knees. If you have your elbows clasped, go ahead and switch the clasp. Let it feel a little awkward and a little funky over here. That's okay. But we're balancing everything out. Finding that connection on both sides of the body. And then let's go ahead and release the hands if you have them clasped and just roll gently up towards the sky, one vertebrae at a time. We'll bring the arms up and overhead, bringing the palms together and the hands to the heart. Now you might be a little bit dizzy here because we were inverting the body and now the blood is rushing back down from the head. So take a moment here to reestablish your connection to the breath and the body. Noticing what you feel. And then let's go ahead and step the feet out wide. Letting the outside edges of the feet come parallel with the edges of your mat. And bring the hands to the hips. Keep that gentle bend in the knees so you're not locking or hyperextending the knee. We want to keep those knees nice and safe. And you can even spread the toes a little bit, which will help strengthen and stabilize the ligaments in the ankles. Really pressing down fully through those feet, just like we do in Tadasana. And we'll go ahead and inhale length here, drawing that crown back up to the sky, opening the heart, drawing the elbows toward one another. And then as we exhale, we'll just hinge forward at the hips, keeping a nice flat back here. Inhale here. Exhale just to soften. Drawing that crown away from the tailbone, just like we would if we were standing tall. And then if it feels good to you, you can maybe bring the fingertips down to the mat. And you could even heel toe your feet a little wider so that you can bring the palms to the mat. If you have blocks or, oh, I don't know, an Amazon box or something around, you could definitely grab your blocks and bring the earth a little bit closer to you. Or if you really want to get into that crown experience, you could bend the elbows and bring the forearms closer to the earth. If you want to take this even deeper, you can walk the palms back so that the fingertips are in line with the toes and really extend the crown of the head towards the earth. Surrendering the weight of the head, letting it lengthen the spine, drawing space in the vertebrae, in between the vertebrae of the spine and the neck. If you like, you could even heel toe a little wider and bring the crown of the head all the way down to the mat or to your block. Breathing here, not locking the knees, pressing evenly through the feet, drawing the elbows parallel with one another. And the next time you inhale, begin to push yourself back up. Perhaps heel toe the feet a little closer together and then walk the palms out, either to block or to the ground, kind of coming into a really wide-legged downward facing dog. Again, release the weight of the head, looking back through the legs to keep a nice long neck here. And then as you inhale, begin to walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Plant that left palm right underneath the gaze. And then we'll draw the right fingertips up the inside of the left arm and reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Tuck the chin. You can take the gaze anywhere that feels good in your neck. You can look up towards the sky or over to the right or down at your left hand. Whatever feels best in the neck today. One more inhale here. Wiggle the fingers and then sweep the right arm all the way down to replace the left. And then we'll draw those left fingertips up along the inside of the right arm, across the shoulder and the collarbones, and reach the left fingertips up towards the sky. Tucking the chin and taking the gaze wherever feels best in your neck today. Couple breaths here. Pressing into the earth even as you reach up towards the sky. And then the next time you exhale, sweep the left arm back down to the mat. Bringing the palms underneath the shoulders. Heel toe the feet closer to one another. Bringing the fingertips to the earth. Find your nice flat back. And then take the hands back to the hips. And inhale with your nice long spine, drawing the crown back up towards the sky. And then we'll step the feet closer together and shake the legs out. And then let's go ahead and come to Tadasana at the top of the mat. We'll inhale to sweep the arms out and up. And then exhale to bring the arms out to the sides, swan diving all the way down to the earth. Find your flat back here. That might be hands to the tops of the thighs, or to the shins, or to the earth. Breathing here. I find for my length of my body, the hands on the shins, I can find the longest spine. I can draw those shoulder blades down the back, finding Tadasana in the back body, tucking the chin, lifting the heart. One more inhale here, and then we'll exhale to release the hands down to the mat, step the left leg back and then the right, coming into tabletop. We'll do a few rounds of cat-cow here, getting a little spinal flexion. So tuck the toes, gently bend the elbows, drop the belly, inhale into cow pose. Flip the tops of the feet to the mat, round the back, exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow, drawing the heart forward, lifting the gaze and the tailbone. Exhale, cat. Bringing the chin towards the chest and drawing the belly button towards the spine. Inhale, cow, lifting the crown of the head towards the sky. Exhale, cat, drawing the crown of the head towards the earth. And then let's press all the way back into child's pose, getting nice and long through the body. And then go ahead and bring both forearms down to the earth. Bring the forehead to a block or to the mat. Bring the palms together like prayer hands. And then we'll do one of my favorite Yoga with Adriene variations, shark fin child's pose. Bringing the hands back behind the neck. Pointed up towards the sky. Breathing here, getting a really nice physical stretch in the triceps here. Finding the connection of the third eye to the earth. Lifting the hands up towards the sky. I am connected What are you connected to, or what do you want to increase your connection to? And then we'll release the hands and roll slowly up, one vertebrae at a time. Coming into Hero's Pose, Vrksasana. Again, finding Tadasana here. Finding Tadasana in every yoga asana or yoga pose. Always tucking the chin to keep the neck safe, lifting the crown of the head towards the sky, letting the shoulders relax, keeping the tailbone neutral and extended towards the earth, finding length. And then let's go ahead and swing the legs out to one side or the other, or cross the ankles behind you and bring the sit bones down to the earth. We'll extend the legs forward, coming into staff pose, Dandasana, making the same number 7 figure as we did. I just kind of got that. We made a number 7 figure with the flat back as we were coming into half forward fold. And now we're in another number 7 as we're in Dandasana, staff pose. And we're working with the 7th chakra today. I could tell you I planned it, but I didn't plan it that way. Intuitive vinyasa, we call this. So we'll lift the crown of the head, tuck the chin, bring the fingertips out to the side, finding that nice long back here. And then we'll inhale the arms up to our victorious pose. Draw those shoulders up towards the ears and then actively draw the shoulder blades down the back, rotating the pinkies in towards one another, making space in between the shoulder blades. Inhale here, exhale to twist over to the right, bringing the left hand to the outside of the right leg, drawing that right shoulder away from the ear, bringing the fingertips or the palm to the mat behind the right hip is kind of a little kickstand here, keeping that nice long tall spine as you tuck the chin, draw the crown up to the head up to the sky. And then we'll inhale back to center, finding victorious pose. And then we'll exhale over to the left, finding length here. Couple of breaths, inhaling lengthen the spine, exhaling to deepen or soften the twist. We'll inhale back to center, finding our victorious pose. And as we exhale, let's hinge forward at the hips, drawing the belly closer to the legs, keeping the heart lifted, keeping our nice tall spine here. And then as you feel ready to, release the fingertips down to the mat and continue to breathe here, inhaling length, maybe exhaling to see where you can let go of effort, even as you're pointing those toes up towards the sky, or maybe see if you can bring the belly a little closer to the tops of the thighs here. Inhaling length, exhaling, releasing tension in the jaw and the face, drawing the crown of the head closer to the feet as you exhale. If you find that you want to go a little deeper, you can bring the hands to the ankles or walk them a little farther out. And when you've come as far as you can, you can go ahead and release the crown of the head towards the knees and round the back. You might want to reach down for the outside edges of the feet and actively draw the head towards the knees. Breathing into the back body here. Noticing the sensations in the low back. And when you're ready to come out, bring the fingertips back to the sides, find length in the spine, and walk yourself back up to a nice tall seat. And then we'll bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet to the earth. Bring the hands either to the backs of the thighs or to the shins, and gently roll one vertebrae at a time down to the mat. Slowly, 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 letting the core help you, and then bring the back body all the way down. Stretch everything out long. Stretching long through the right side body, stretching long through the left side body. Find length in the center, wiggling the fingers and the toes away from one another. And then we'll draw one knee and then the other in towards the heart. Maybe rocking a little bit from side to side. And then let's go ahead and extend both legs, shining the soles of the feet up towards the sky. You can bring the hands down by your sides, palms on the earth, or you can flip the arms over, shining the palms up towards the sky, or you can bring the hands to the belly. And just think about your legs as like telephone poles. They're just like planted firmly into the hip sockets. This is a really relaxing pose, and it is a very gentle inversion, helping to let the lymphatic system flow in just a different direction than it usually does, taking the weight off the feet. You can do this legs up the wall, bringing your sit bones to a wall, and you could just stay there and rest for like ever. This is great if you are on your feet a lot during the day. Really great way to recharge and relax. In fact, if you are near a wall, you might go ahead and find yourself legs up a wall, up an actual wall. This is also called Waterfall Pose. If you have your legs at the wall and you have somebody nearby, they could put something heavy on your feet. In yoga studios, they will often use sandbags. But you could put something else up there, maybe even just a rolled up blanket or something. I wouldn't suggest books, because if they fall, that could be a bad thing. But we'll just breathe here, letting the blood come into the hips, finding that connection of your back body to the earth, the soles of your feet to the sky, to your breath, reaffirming your connection to whatever it is that you want to be more firmly connected to. I am connected. And then we'll draw one knee and then the other back towards the heart. Roll gently from side to side. Before you roll to whatever side serves you best, coming into a little fetal position, resting your head on your bottom arm and maybe wrapping your top arm around your legs. This position of beginnings, of birth, maybe the birth of a new connection for you today. And keeping your eyes closed if they're closed, press yourself back up to a tall seat. Let's find ourselves in Dandasana again, extending the legs out in front of you, lifting the toes up towards the sky, drawing the fingertips out to the sides, finding Tadasana, even in our staff pose today. Finding this number 7, visualizing the color purple or white or gold, visualizing a beautiful crown at the top of your head. reaffirming your connection to whatever greater thing resonates with you. And then let's inhale, lifting the arms up alongside the ears and bringing the palms together and down to the top of the crown. Pressing the wrists to the top of the head, pressing the crown of the head into your hands. Drawing the shoulder blades closer to one another, opening the heart, tucking the chin, reaffirming your connection to everything and everyone around you. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice today. May you find everything you're looking for. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste.